Hey guys, today we're gonna continue the little tutorial where we build a Meetup clone using Node.js as the backend and using React Native for building the mobile app. When we left last time, we built the really basic backend stuff just for being start, and we did the same with the mobile app using Exponent. So today we're gonna just start to make better progress. So we're gonna work on the model about the group. Yes, because the group gonna create a meetup, and we're gonna add some tool in the backend, and we're gonna play with some stuff, and I'm gonna show you some ES6 syntax will make your life much more awesome. So hope you're gonna like it. So we're gonna start. So as you seen, I've create a file here where this is what we're gonna do. So each step, the first one, we're gonna add ESLint. For the one who didn't know what is ESLint, it's a tool for help you to add better code. So like they're gonna say to you when you need semicolon, when you have require something but you don't use it, when you create a variable outside of the scope, everything. So first thing, I've created mine. So right there. So the only thing we need to do is to yarn add dash d. So for the npm, that's gonna be for the inside the dev dependency eslin config equimper. Yes, I didn't have a good name, so I just put mine. Yes, so when it's done, perfect. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a new file right in the root called eslint.rc. We're gonna open bracket here. We're gonna add extend, and we're gonna put my name here, Quimper, like that. Now, for see if that work, we're gonna go back here. We're gonna remove the, as you can see, that already worked. My ESLint here asks for a new line. I know this is a pain to always put new line, etc. So that's why I'm using a tool called editor config. And my editor config, I have already some stuff, so we're gonna just copy paste this one because I don't need it. So I'm gonna remove it, and now just copy paste this one. So what that do editor config, it's just for make each editor of your dev team to work with the same kind of configuration, and that do that automatically. So maybe you like to work with the indent style of indent size of 4, but your team want to work with a 2, so that's gonna just change that for free, so you don't need to do nothing. So if you're like me and you're using Visual Studio Code, what you're gonna need is editor config for working. So this one right there is the same on Sublime, and this is the same on Atom. You just need to add editor config. For ESLint in Visual Studio, we just need ESLint right there. For Atom, you need linter and linter ESLint, and I think this is the same for Sublime. So yeah. So now you're gonna see I'm gonna just put that, and now that create for me my new line. So as you can see, my ESLint working. I just put my mouse and missing semicolon. Perfect. For the one who know more about ESLint, I'm using Airbnb, but I removed some rule, and I put some ES7 rule and all this kind of stuff. So we're gonna work on that. So we're gonna start working on the model because we missed some stuff. You're gonna see I'm gonna change a lot of stuff. So because we just start, not really the good way for that. So here the meetup, we're gonna add one thing. So we're gonna add event date, and this one gonna be a type of date. That's gonna be required true, but not for now. We're gonna come back here later. After that, here, just at the bottom here, when we almost close the object, we're gonna put a comma here. We're gonna create a new object, and we're gonna add timestamp, and we're gonna put true. What that's gonna do, that's gonna create for us a create at and an update at property. So it's just much more easy to work and put all your latest meetup at the top, etc. So perfect. After that, as you know, I really like to work as a module. So we're gonna create a module right there. We're gonna create a module called groups. As you see, I always put a S here, so I always pluralize my resource like that. So here we're gonna create a model.js. We're gonna create a controller.js. We're gonna create an index.js, and we're gonna create a route.js. Perfect. This is what we need. So now we're gonna talk about the group. So the group, this is what I've put for now. The group gonna need to have a name. Here, when I put the exclamation that mean this is required. We're gonna have description, and we're gonna have a category. Category, for now that's gonna be not required, but in the future that's gonna be, because we're gonna create another model for that. And as you see, we're gonna have meetup. So a group can have multiple meetup. So that's gonna be an array of meetup object. And we must be a group for create a meetup. So later we're gonna have user, and one user can be the admin of the group and etc. But I think from my point of view, everyone in the group can create a meetup, and the admin can just judge if he want to delete it. So I'm gonna just put for group for now, right now. So we're gonna work with the good part. So we're gonna go jump on the model of the group. We're gonna import mongoose, comma here. We're gonna add schema from mongoose. After that, we're gonna create the group schema. It's equal to a new schema, an object. At the end, I'm gonna export default mongoose that model, like that model. Gonna put group, and we're gonna put group schema like that. For the one who asks, sometimes they don't. Some people don't understand why we put this thing. It's inside mongoose. We have an array of model, and this is with this name. Mongoose know how we can access this model. You're gonna see, because today we're gonna import from mongoose and not import from a file. So you're gonna see what I mean from there. Here, so the group need a name. So we're gonna put name. With a type of string and require true. Perfect. After that, here, I'm gonna add two unique. We don't want a group called the byte guys, both like two group of the same name. You want only one name for one group. Here, we're gonna add some kind of validation inside the model. That's gonna be min length. That's gonna be here. You put an array. The first argument is the number of character you want, minimum. I want 5 at least, because I think at least I want a group to have 5 character long at least. I'm gonna put name must be 5 character long. Character long. Perfect, like that. After that, we're gonna add not here. We're gonna add description. That's gonna be a type of string. It's gonna be a type of string. Sorry, my dog started to be. So type of string, and we're gonna almost put the same. So I'm gonna just copy paste here, but we're gonna remove unique, because no sense to have a unique description. For now, I'm gonna just put 10 character long minimum, and we're gonna put description. So here it's the error message coming from MongoDB inside the controller if the controller don't do his job. And after that, sorry, we're gonna just jump on the. We're gonna add the event date. That's gonna be a type of date, like that. Later, we're gonna add require true, and we're gonna add the category. Oh, not event date. Sorry. We're gonna add category here. That's gonna be a type of string. we're gonna add the record through here. Here is the something we didn't see yet. We're gonna add a meetup. That's gonna be an array of object. Here we're gonna use type of schema, type of object ID. So what is that? It's finally Mongoose have uh, used object ID for make you use of populate. It's a method for get all the info about object, but it don't store the uh, full object because you know it's a document only. So you don't want to have like if the group have 20 meetup, you don't want the group to have all the meetup stuff. So imagine you have 10 meetup with 20 props and on each that's gonna make a big document. So we just store the ID finally and that do that for us. Here we're gonna add a ref. So ref need to be the same name of what you have put here. So here it's my meetup. So here I'm gonna put meetup like that. After that, we're gonna do the same of what we did. We're gonna add the timestamp here. We want to know when the group have been created, etc. Perfect. So now we're gonna jump on the controller. Here I'm gonna import group. So my model coming from my model right there. Oh, oh. Here I'm gonna export const create group. That's gonna be an async request, a row function like that. Here we're gonna destruct the rec.body, so equal rec.body. So we just need to know what we need here. So name. So I'm gonna make that on 2 line. That's gonna be better. So name, description, and here we're gonna add the category. Perfect. So this is when we create the group. Here we're gonna do some kind of validation, really basic. So if no name, we're gonna return a res that status 400 for bad process, bad request, with a JSON object with an error of true, with a message of name must be provided. After that, I'm gonna do a if else type of name. It's not a string. We're gonna create the same, but must be a string. After that, we're gonna do another one. So don't worry, this is the last one. Else if name that length it's smaller than 5, we're gonna put for one the one who know how I do this, I just do command shift command D, so that copy my line. After that, I click on my alt option on Mac, and that I can move my line. Here I'm gonna put must have a 5-character long. Perfect. So now I'm gonna just play with the description for today. So I'm gonna just, so here I'm gonna shift everything. So when I shift and I scroll top, I take everything. I'm gonna do shift command D. So that copy paste this out like that. Now here I'm gonna click on name. I'm gonna do command D, and now you're gonna see I'm gonna take everything. Now I'm here. I take everything. So now I'm gonna just put description. So now everything is there. I'm gonna just change description then to be 10. I'm gonna change description to be a big D like that, and D, and now 10. Now you see how easy you can code really quick. Perfect. So now here we're gonna do. Here I'm get so that must be too long. Yeah, too long. So here I'm gonna just make that like that. Here we're gonna create a const group. We're gonna equal a new group. We're gonna put the title, the description, just for now. This is the one we need for require. After that, we're gonna create a try catch. Oh, not try and a catch. Catch gonna have an error. I'm gonna copy this line. I'm gonna just do error when create group. Here we're gonna return a res, so that means we are successful. A status that oh yeah, res that status 201 that JSON error gonna be false, and group. This is the place where we're gonna use the await that group. So the group we just create here that save who is the premises like that. Perfect. So here, oh, it's not title, it's name. You see now how ESLint make your life so much easy. Perfect. So now time to create a route for that. I'm gonna import router from Express. After that, I'm gonna import everything as a group controller from my controller file. After that, I'm gonna create a new route coming from the router instance like that. After that, here I'm gonna route that post /group/new, and that's gonna be a group controller that create group. After that, we're gonna export default the route at the end. The only thing we need to do now is go to the index inside the group. We're gonna import group route from the route here. I'm gonna export group route like that. Now inside my module you have the index. So if I close everything, you have index right there. I'm gonna do the same as what I've done with the Meetup. So I'm gonna export group like that. So now I can go to my index, and if everything is working, I'm supposed to put comma here, and get my group. Perfect. Now I'm gonna add this group. I'm gonna add this in my array of route here. So everything needs to be API. Now ESLint show me I have an error here. I forget to put an else here. So you just need to understand everything as API in front. After that, that's going to be API/group. So now time to open Postman. One sec. Perfect. So we're going to create a new route. We're going to go to post. We're going to jump to localhost. We're going to localhost 3000 API group grow group that new like that. Perfect. So now if I send, what happened? Oh, I didn't install my server. Sorry. So now I'm in the Meetup me. I'm gonna jump on my CD backend. So Meetup backend like that. I'm gonna do yarn dev for the npm. Just run npm run dev. Perfect. So now I can jump here and I can send my name must be provided. Perfect. So we have the validation. So now I'm gonna click on Xform here. I'm gonna put name. I'm gonna put just G for C. Must have 5 character long. Perfect. So that's gonna be group 1. Now I'm gonna get description must be provided. Description. I'm gonna put not this. I'm gonna put this is my description. So now I'm gonna send. Oh, perfect. So now you see we create a group. I got my update and create add coming from my timestamp right there. I have my name, I have my description, my ID, and as you see, I have a meetup with an empty array. So now if I open RoboMongo, so that's gonna be the same response, but I'm gonna just show you for now. So I'm gonna connect. I'm gonna open my meetup me collection group. So inside my group is the same thing. So I have my update add, create add, name, and the description meetup. I have 0 element. Perfect for now. Now, last time I create a controller called Meetup, and we play with, and but this is not how we're gonna work. We're gonna just be more smart now. So we're gonna jump inside the same controller of group, and now what we're gonna do, because we want the group to be able to create the meetup. Not everyone can create a meetup. You need to be inside a group. So here we're gonna do const create group meetup. Gonna be an async request with request and response. Here, that's gonna be the change. We're gonna have title and description. So this is coming from the reg.body. So this is what we need for create a meetup. But here we're gonna have the group ID coming from reg.params. The param is gonna be inside the URL. So I'm gonna show you after how you can do this. So here, what we're gonna do, it's so for now I'm gonna just copy paste this one. I don't want a lot of validation, so I'm gonna just put title here. I'm gonna put title must be provide. After that, I think not this one, but if I go there, I'm gonna put a min-len. So I think a title 2 need to have a min-len. So I'm gonna put 5 the same and type 5 character long at least, just for now. And I'm gonna do the same for my description, but I'm gonna put the 10. So now I'm gonna re-jump on my controller. So here I have my 5, but here I just need to change title. So now I can again copy that, Shift Command D. I'm gonna jump description. I'm gonna do description. I'm gonna put D, and D, and here that's gonna be description. Here I forget to change name for title. Perfect. But here it's 10, and here it's 10. Perfect. So now, no, again, I'm gonna just, because it's too long. Perfect. Now we're gonna do something. Oh, I forgot one, group ID. We want to group the ID, so if no group ID, we don't do nothing. So here we're gonna say group ID must be provided. Here now we're gonna do the try catch. So catch chicken error. Here that's gonna be easy again. We're gonna take this one and we're gonna just say meetup can be created. Perfect. And here now that's gonna be a place something where we gonna call an action we'd never really done before. So but first thing we need to create it. So you're gonna see something I didn't show you. So we're gonna take the group schema. So we're gonna add a static function. So it's something. It's a function you can create inside finally the schema of the group. So it's like find by ID and delete. Not find by ID and update, etc. So the kind of mongoose stuff you do with schema. So we're gonna add one. So that's gonna be easier for us to just work with. So here we're gonna just put statics, and here we're gonna call this method to be add meetup. They're gonna take so that's gonna be a function. Here we cannot use an arrow function because we're gonna lose the this. We're gonna lose the this. So here I'm gonna put async. So that's gonna be an async function. And here inside my function, I'm gonna have an ID, and here I'm gonna have args. What I got? Okay, yeah. So here we're gonna do const meetups equal mongoose that model, and here I'm gonna ask for my meetup model. So I need to have the same name of the one I use right there. So I just import my meetup coming from mongoose model. That's it. After that, I'm gonna do const group. So I want to find my group. Gonna be this. That's find by ID. With the ID I'm gonna provide here. But I'm gonna put an await because this is a premises. Perfect. So now here, sorry, my computer start to run really quick. Now here, I'm gonna show you something again. Const meetup equal new meetups, and here we're gonna put dot args. So we're gonna spread everything from the arg. So arg gonna be an object, and we're gonna put everything from args inside the meetup. And I'm gonna put group here. So MongoDB gonna take the group we have here, and you're gonna understand. It's gonna just take the ID. So I'm gonna show you everything from there. So here, why we need to pass the group is inside my model on my meetup. Now I'm gonna add a group who's gonna be an object of type schema that type object ID, because we want finally a meetup to have an author. So the author gonna be the group like that. And this we're gonna put a weight right there. Perfect. Now what I'm gonna do, it's we're gonna console log ID and args. So you're gonna see what is that. So I'm gonna go to my controller, group controller here. I'm gonna go to my group controller here. I'm gonna do I'm gonna just call finally my action just for now. So I'm gonna do group. So the instance of my model. So my group right there. I'm gonna do group that add meetups. And I'm gonna add the group ID. Here I'm gonna put an object with the title and the description. So now I'm gonna save this one. So we're gonna see that all inside my terminal. So now I'm gonna jump to my Postman. So I'm gonna open Postman. I'm gonna close RoboMongo. We don't need it for now. Now inside the group we just create, we're gonna take the same ID, copy paste the ID. I'm gonna create a new route, a post route. Oops, I need to, first thing I forget, I need to import this one. So I'm gonna, here that's gonna be group ID. So this is the params ID. I'm gonna add meetups and I'm gonna put new. So group ID gonna be reg.params.group ID. So this is the one we destroy in here. That's gonna be create group meetup. So now I can go to HTTP meetup like that. I'm gonna go to groups. I'm gonna go put my ID. I'm gonna go to meetup. I'm gonna put new. Perfect. So now if I send that, I get title must be provided. So I'm gonna add a title. Meetup 1. Description must be provided. Description. This is my meetup description. Like that. So now if I send, now nothing happened, but now I get inside. So I'm gonna just I get inside my terminal. Now I get my ID plus my object right there. So this is my args. So now I can go to my controller, my model here. I'm gonna do cons group. It's avoid this find by ID. So I'm gonna show you. We're gonna console log group. I just want you to be sure you understand what I do. So now I'm gonna go back to my Postman. I'm gonna send again, but now I'm supposed to see my group. As you see, this is my group. So this that find by ID, this is coming from the group schema, and now I can find by ID my group. Perfect. So this one, you see what that do. So now here I'm gonna show you. So now if I console log that args, what that do? I'm gonna go back to Postman. I'm gonna send again, and now, oops, I think I didn't. Oh, something. Oh, I see. I'm gonna just do right now, and now I'm gonna console log my meetup. So I'm gonna just put meetup. It's gonna be easier for you, and I'm gonna put another console log here with. So now perfect is running. I'm gonna erase that, and now I'm gonna go back, and now you're gonna see, now it's my meetup I just create. Now I have a title, I have my description, but now you see I have the group is all the group object, and this ID is the ID of the meetup. But don't don't be scared, the group gonna be removed, gonna MongoDB, when we're gonna say, gonna just take the ID, that's it. So now we're gonna just save finally what we just done. First thing we need to do is inside the group we're gonna meetups, so the name of this one here, we're gonna push, this is an array, so we're gonna push the meetup, that's it. After that here we're gonna have a result gonna equal like promise that all. So we're gonna have all the promise, but there's gonna be with a wait right there. And here we're gonna do group that save, meetup that save first. Yep, that save, and I'm gonna put group that save because both is a premises. So we're gonna wait for that, and at the end we're gonna just return result like that. I'm gonna just put semicolon here. Now I'm gonna show you what is that. Now I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna do const result equal await group meetup, and I'm gonna just console log the result for now. Perfect. I'm gonna send that, and now this is what I got. I got an array of two objects. The first one gonna be the group. The first one gonna be the meetup, and the second one it's my group. So now we can, and with premise that all this is always the the same order. So, and now you see this is already saving. So later we're gonna jump back on the MongoDB and I'm gonna show you. So now here what we can do, it's destruct the array. Here that's gonna be meetup, and here that's gonna be group. So the first argument we know it's meetup because inside my model here we put meetup save first. Perfect. So now here it's gonna be easier. We just need to return res that status 201 with JSON object, error gonna be false, and here we're gonna send back the meetup and the group. So now time to really test. I'm gonna wait. Perfect, it's running. So now I'm gonna send. Oh, and we receive back. So because of my postman, sometimes it's really strange. This is my response I just get. So I get the meetup with title, and oh, something bad happened right now. We get all the group because that means we have broke something inside the model. I've put types object ID group. I've put type object ID group. And because this is not supposed to be like that. One sec. Yeah, this is what happened when we now if I connect to my meetup me, I'm gonna go to my collection, I'm gonna go to my meetup. No, you see I have only my object ID inside my group. Oh, I know why, because so my meetup have the group here, because finally we just resend back the group, but you see I have my meetup object right there, but inside my document I only have the object ID, so we can use it for populate later. We have error false. So first thing meetup, second thing the group. Perfect. So now if I go to my group, I'm gonna open this one. I have two elements. I have my two meetup we just create. Perfect. For the one ask, -v is the version. So we update the collection 2 times. We update this document 2 times. So this is the number of update. So now we done with that, and this is I think for today that's gonna be a good place to stop. We did a lot, so I'm gonna push back this code to GitHub if you want to follow, and hope you learned something. Here we see schema type object ID, what that do. Remember that just keep the object ID of the group, and we can use it for populate later. Timestamp if for get create at update at. After that here, I show you some kind of validation, really basic validation. We're gonna make other uh, best, gonna make more better next time. Here I show you how you can destruct here inside an array, like we did with here example. And after that, I show you how you can use a param inside your route. So you just need to have the column first. So group ID, it's my param. You can have as many param you want. After that, I show you how to use ESLint, and finally I show you the editor config. I put git ignore for the one who don't know what is that. It's just for I don't want to push my node module and I don't want to put my VS Code. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. So I'm gonna put the link of the repo in the description, and if you have any question, ask in the chat. Don't worry, I always respond really quick. And if you have any idea too of some kind of video, I know in the early next week I want to make a video about my setup of my VS Code, because I know a lot of people have a lot of questions about that. I have so many extensions, so I can talk about this if you want. So hope you enjoy, guys. So have a good day.